All right, hey guys, welcome to another episode of Corporate Finance. Just wanted to say I had a pleasure doing all these videos. This will be my last. Would like to thank my film crew, Manny Rogers and Elizabeth Burt, for helping us out. It was a great time. Thank you very much. Now getting into it, today we'll be talking about bonds, and especially we're going to be talking about callable bonds and convertible bonds. So those are the two bonds we will be comparing and contrasting today and giving some information about. First up is bonds are basically unique in their own way because the issuer, after you purchase the bond, can decide to buy it back before the maturity date. In saying that, that means whether your interest rate started at 10% and then eventually the firm's doing well and eventually the interest rates turn to, say, 5%, the issuer of that bond may decide to buy out everybody who has bonds issued at 10% so that he or she can then issue bonds for 5%, therefore capitalizing on their income and supporting the firm or corporation in a much better manner. All right, now talking about convertible bonds. Convertible bonds are unique in their own way just because it's not necessarily a callable bond. You are not bought out, but in a convertible bond, basically you can use your bond that you have and your coupon to then issue or buy common stock in the corporation. And now this is usually for smaller corporations, not large, but it's great because whenever people buy the bonds, it's great for the company because they're getting the money. But on a negative side, once people start to purchase common stock in this corporation, then it reduces how much others' shares are worth. You know what I mean? So whenever there's more people involved in a corporation, each person who has a share becomes worth less and less and less. So that's one of the disadvantages. But if we were to compare the two, callable and convertible bonds, I would have to say that I would much prefer a convertible bond just because over time it does help you in the long run. You can convert to common shares or stocks, and you aren't as taxed as bad on it just because you're not purchasing a share, you're exchanging. So whenever you exchange, you avoid the taxation rather than instead of purchasing on your own power. So that's why I would prefer convertible bonds, but callable bonds are great from a corporation standpoint because if your interest rates do lower, then you can easily buy the person out. So after discussing both callable and convertible bonds, we can definitely see a difference between all of them. So in closing, I just want to say thank you again for watching and have a great day. Thanks.